What up, our people? I am your boy Zeke, the 5 foot freak, with my beautiful co-host,
Miss Meena, that diva.
Hey, we have a very interesting show for you all tonight. We have two great guests that's coming on. But before we do that, because Miss Meena, that diva, came up with some very, very good topics for tonight's show. It's going to knock you off your head. We're going to debate. We're going to discuss them. And I have some help this time. It ain't just me in Meek and Zeke Studios. I got some help. But before we do that, I had a good Zeke Speaks topic, but I got to change it up a little bit because we still are under attack. And if you think we're not, you're fooling yourselves. We know we already got the Roe versus Wade already has passed. It ain't nothing we can do about that. The Supreme Court is doing the things that they want to do. Like we said on the Upper Room show with King Cleve and the Legend, they're about to do what they want to do, and they're not going to stop there. It's going to continue to go on. But before I get into that, if you don't know this young man, his name is Jalen Walker. He's 25 years old, and he was killed. Jalen Walker died on Monday, June the 27th, and his mother, Pamela, and sister, Jada Walker, said that they son and brother was shot at 90 times, but was hit a total of 10 plus times in his abdomen, in his arm, in his face, and it was by multiple cops, more than 10 cops, more than 10 PT cruisers that followed this young man for 4.5 minutes. Didn't have a criminal record. He did have a firearm on him, but before you start casting judgment, who's to say that he didn't have a concealed license? We don't know. We don't know what the cause for him running. I know in these days of time, I tell my son to try to do everything the officers do. But as a young black man or as an older black man, when you got the police behind you or stopping you, you be in front of it. And also in Akron, the police officers are not required to have dash cams. So we don't know why he ran. He probably got pulled over. They probably roughed him up. He probably jumped back in his car, and then he probably ran. We don't know the complete details because they haven't released anything. So that's one of the things I wanted to touch on. And he was engaged to be married. His fiance name is Miss Jamisha Store. I hope I didn't mispronounce that name. If I did, I apologize. But my prayers go out to the Walker family as well as to his fiance. Also, Dante Perez Jones. In Pennsylvania Park, Ohio, this young man was also killed. They said allegedly this happened in Bluebell Park. Law enforcement said that this young man hung himself. But if you see the video, it was on a kid's slide. If he was to hang himself, he would still be standing up. They allegedly think that he was killed. The autopsy, the coroners that came out and got his body. Now check this out. They came out and got his body. They declared him dead. They did not do an autopsy. They did not rope off the scene because at 10 o'clock a.m. they had a party.
Wow.
So the party was more important. So that goes to tells me that this had to happen in a white community. The park that they showed was a very nice park. It had cameras around. One of the activists that came out video recorded how the cameras was facing at the park. But when they came back out with law enforcement and their attorney, the cameras was all of a sudden turned away as they was not on the park. This happened on June 17th, 2 days
before June.
For June 19th. Imagine that. Mm-hmm. Well, that's what all I had to say with my Zeke Speaks. Miss Meena, that diva, is anything that you want to touch on that? Because I wanted to go in about what we was talking about earlier in the studio, but I had to address this because this happened to our black people.
All I can say is you damned if you do and you damned if you don't. And
what do you mean by that?
In the Constitution before, blacks wasn't even considered to be human beings. Okay. And we still are governed under the same constitutional laws that were in place back then. It's just they've been trying to revise them, so they say, right? But you still have slavery. It's just modern day slavery. They call it prison or whatever. So if that be the case, then I believe that we are still looked upon the same way we were looked upon 200 years ago, 300 years ago, or what have you. They just find savvier ways to do it. And that's by putting themselves behind a badge, right? Because now that badge protects them. If we pay you to protect and serve the community, and you guys and they consider us not to be a part of the community, then at what point do we just separate from the government altogether?
They talking about it.
Because you paid everybody else reparations.
And we're not going to get that.
But we're not
going to get the 40 acres in the mule. We're not going to get our land. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, but
it should.
But you pay everybody else for the Boston Tea Party that happened and this and that. You can pay everybody else for the little slap on the wrist that you gave them. But us that our ancestors that grinded it out and actually created this place, right? Because we were here before you.
Right.
Slavery Black people didn't come to America on the boats, and that's not our existence here in America. We were here before then, and they came in and infiltrated. Okay, so if we're gonna really talk about it, let's talk about it.
Well, we are about to talk about it. It's a lot of things that we have on our plate and on the agenda, and we don't want you to go nowhere. We're gonna take a 1-song break because we got to get our guest on and get our guest set up here in Meek and Zeke Studios. But with that being said, this show is being brought to you and sponsored by Silver Coastal Constructions, Uncontested Hoops, and Ink to the T t-shirts. We will be right back. Don't go nowhere. You can also listen to this show on Stationhead App Radio. We are live on YouTube as well as on Facebook under the Upper Room and Upper Room West. On YouTube, we're under the Upper Room. Look for the A-Ball logo with the UR in the middle. Post your comments. We'll post them on the screen for others can see. Hopefully we can get to them and address your questions because we want you to participate in this show. And I am Zeke, the 5-foot-freak, with my beautiful co-host,
Miss Meena, that diva.
And we will be right
back. It's about to get deep. It's about to get deep.
What up, my people? We are back, and I am your boy Zeke, the 5 foot freak, with my beautiful co-host.
Miss Meena, that Diva.
And we are back on the air, and we have two guests that's going to be with us tonight. One, we have Mr. Eddie, the Cadillac man.
Come on, man. Stop it. I'm just Eddie, man. Or you can call me Easy Money, man.
Easy money.
Thank you for being with us, Mr.
Yeah. Hey, we glad to have him on the show. I've been trying to get this guy to be on our show for a year now. And just so happened when Miss Meena, that diva, came up with these topics, I was like, hey, man, you want to be on the show? And he was like, hell yeah, I want to be on the show. So we have him. We have him here. Yeah, we have him here with us today. And before we get in to the show and to the topic, would you like to give our audience a little insight about yourself? Where you from? You want what you do? Your social media handles and things like that.
Well, actually, first of all, you just call me Easy Money, and they used to call me Fast Eddie.
Fast Eddie.
Fast Eddie.
Fast Eddie.
But I want to give a shout out to my son.
All right.
Expensive Brand.
Expensive Brand. Here we go. Another black-owned business.
Black-owned business, and you can hit him up on Instagram.
All right.
I don't know his handle yet. But
you don't know his handle?
Yeah.
See, next time you got to have all of
Look for
that.
Expensive Brand on Instagram. Yeah. It's the only one.
It's the only one.
It's the only one?
Okay.
Only one.
Okay.
And, I'm originally from Galveston, Texas, man. But
all right. That island.
Yeah, I've been around the world once and seen everybody twice.
Okay.
Well, we have one of our viewers that tuned in, which is also a podcast partner of ours, Mr. Larry Murphy, aka The Legend. He said, "What's up, y'all? Eddie is an amazing age champion, like himself." So big shout out to the Amazing Age. We can't take nothing away from them. We also have another special guest. We're waiting for her to get on. She's in the studio, but we don't see her yet. But while we're waiting on her, we're going to get in today's topic, and I'm going to let Miss Meena, that diva, introduce the topic.
The topic of the show today is let's talk about it. I have so many questions. Y'all have questions? Because it's some things going on in the world right now that, I want to know the answer to. Maybe somebody can give me some insight. I know y'all have questions about things. Maybe y'all can get some insight. Listen, I don't just be coming up with these things in my head. I've seen multiple people ask the same question. So, hey, let's talk about it.
Well, let's talk about it. The first question that we have, the first question, what happened? Oh, we ain't able to do that. The first question that we have up is, I'm going to let Miss Meena introduce this one.
Men, women, men, what do y'all prefer, natural or bought? Because everybody can't rock the natural. You know what I'm saying? So, do y'all prefer natural or bought in any aspect? Natural bodies, natural hair, natural titties, ass. It's a store-bought industry right now. It's a store-bought reality. So, what y'all think, man?
I know where Miss Meena, that diva, is going with that, and she's trying to target us men. But I got help today, like I said. But anyway, natural or bought. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say that I never preferred bought over natural. I'm not going to say I preferred bought over natural. But now at my age and my time, I prefer the natural. What kills me a lot of times with men, and I'm speaking for myself, you can go into a club, whatever. I don't do the clubbing, but you can go into a club and what you see is not what you get.
Talk about it.
Mr. Eddie?
Because why? When she get home and she take off all of the fix-em-uppers?
Now, me myself, I prefer natural. You know what I'm saying? If God gave you what you got, you supposed to rock that.
Right.
For yourself.
Okay.
Don't matter what nobody else think.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about you.
Okay.
That individual, that person. However you feel, man, natural is the best for me.
And it looked like the census with the men right now is natural. But here's the thing. Y'all be all over these Instagram models and ain't now one of them natural. That's comical. Comical.
That's comical.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? We do that for entertainment.
Oh.
But now I'm glad you said that, because I've been telling Miss Meena the diva this over and over and over again. You can try to nationalize the Instagram models, but half of them we can't have.
Yeah.
Them are industry women.
Yeah, for
so
real.
they're gonna see and I'm not saying, I ain't gonna even say a rapper's name, but they'll see a rapper or a music artist.
But now we can say one because he just introduced himself on the board to talking about Beyonce.
Kevin Gates.
There we go. Kevin Gates.
But Beyonce's natural.
But
yes.
And she's not an Instagram model. But this is what I'm saying, Eddie.
And she was truly natural.
Right. But them industry women, they gotta fictionalize themselves like that to even be approached by somebody on that level. Now, when we see them on Instagram, it's just for, like you say, entertainment.
Yes.
We can even shoot our shot. 9 times out of 10, they're not shooting back at us because we ain't got no 9 figures or whatever.
No. I disagree with that one.
Okay.
Because a lot of times a real woman, you know what I'm saying, gonna recognize a real man. Now, if she fake with all that fake stuff that she got going on with her body, you can still shoot at her and say, "Oh, that's the realest dude I ever talked to," and you can run right through her.
You think so with the Instagram models?
I promise you.
Okay.
I promise you.
Well, we have our other guest has joined us today, the Pleasure Boss. Let me get up on the screen. She'll be on in 1 second, and there she is. How you doing, Mama?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Oh, great.
Miss Pleasure Boss, before we get into the topic that Miss Meena, that Diva, has presented, why don't you go ahead and give our audience your little background, because you're not new to this show. You almost a regular. Well, you are a regular on this show. So go ahead.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm glad to be here. Good girl, Meena. I see you, girl. Serve it today, boo. Okay. Okay. But I'm the Pleasure Boss. You know, I am your sexual empowerment coach. I'm a certified sexologist. I'm here to just kind of give my tips and tricks and share my side of the story when it comes to this platform. But yes, I'm a certified sexologist. I'm also a best-selling author, so you can catch some of my books on Amazon. So yeah, that's me. I do those parties. I'm your girl.
So my girl, natural boy, what they checking for?
I'm a natural girl, so I mean, in my opinion, you know, they checking for the natural girls. You know, nothing wrong with but I think everybody should embrace what they have. You know, hey,
I can't believe the Pleasure Boss is on our side. Let me tell you,
I
fight with them all the time.
I mean, you know, when you go to sleep one type of way, you wake up one type of way. It's just something about that. So, you know, I try to keep it as basic as possible. You either
well, that's you. But I'm saying, what do you think the fellas are checking for?
They take it for me, baby.
Okay. I mean, okay.
So I mean, but hey, it's you know, hey, it's a lot of breads on the bread aisle. So some might be taking for natural, and somebody be taking for bought.
Right.
It's all depends on which one you want. You know, for me, I'm even checking for, you know, a more natural type of guy. I like somebody that's a little rugged. I like somebody that, you know, got dreads or some type of afro, or, you know, I'm always looking for a natural type of guy who got good skin, you know. So I think men appreciate those qualities in a woman too. I mean, because it shows how you can age well.
Okay. And see, and that's the same thing how I feel, because if you look at some women, and like you said, you're looking for natural too, but how many guys out here with fake dreads or getting their hair sprayed because they don't want to people know that they bald?
Who does that?
Or driving in nice cars that's not even theirs. You know, they leasing them or whatever to just portray that image. So it goes both ways, and I love that Miss Meena, that Diva, presented this question, because she ain't fit to attack my fellas, because it goes 50-50.
I mean, y'all be checking for the Instagram model.
She's still on the Instagram.
Perception.
She's still on the Instagram.
What y'all put out there. But okay, let's move right along.
Okay.
We got some topics we need to discuss.
Well, the next one that Miss Meena, that Diva, came up with, and here we go.
I mean, you gonna just keep putting it out there that I came up
with? You did.
Because I be having questions.
Okay. And they need to be answered.
We got some answers.
Okay. So here's the next question. Would you be okay with dating someone who switched sides?
Now, what do you mean by that? Because
Okay then.
What gang sides?
No. So if ladies, if you met a man who said, "Oh, I was just doing something, I just tried it," the homosexual thing, and then they came back to the heterosexual side. You checking for that if he's saying he all the way straight these days? You gonna still date that if he said he played a little bit, but he ain't feeling it no more? What we doing?
Can I go first?
Yeah,
Oh, fellas.
Man, can I go first?
Because this is a double standard, and we'll get into that.
Hold on, no.
We're
gonna let the ladies go first. We're gonna let Miss Pleasure Boss go.
If you find a woman who says, hey, you know, I'm into women or was into women, but I'm no longer into women. I just want to be with a man nowadays. Would you be checking for her? Would you still date her?
Okay, we're gonna let Miss Pleasure Boss go first.
Miss Pleasure Boss?
So I'm gonna say this from, I guess, a slight personal standpoint, because at the end of the day, people are comfortable with whatever they choose to be comfortable with. If that's something that you're into, I mean, I'm totally not knocking it. For, you know, a personal standpoint, I think that all relationships are valuable. So if I was to have some type of relationship with a person that just so happened to be a switch, it doesn't necessarily have to be a sexual thing. You know, you can have different levels of relationships, you know, besides sexual. However, I can't say that, you know, it wouldn't be allowed some type of play. Now, would that be a long-term relationship? You know, I'll just have to see how it flows, because, you know, again, it is that double standard out there. And, you know, hey, if we're out here having poly relationships, we're out here swinging and doing other such things, I mean, hey, where's the gray areas?
Yeah, because you was real vague with that, sister. I'm gonna need you to get it. Yay or nay. I mean, you was all over them.
It's a nay.
Hold on,
it's
can I use the word ambiguous? Very ambiguous.
Personally.
Huh?
But it's a nay for me. It's a nay for me on a personal standpoint. However, I'm always open to new things. So I would say that, hey, you just never know if that type of relationship came, you know, but for now, I haven't dealt with that before. You know,
okay, girl.
Outside of the playground area, I should say.
Okay, girl.
It's on you now. You was ready.
Yeah. I'm still ready, but still ready. And so I'm gonna use a word. I'm gonna use the word ambiguous.
Mm-hmm.
That conversation that you just had was very ambiguous. You was way over there.
Okay, what about you though?
But you didn't touch on the issue. Me myself, I'm a man, and I think men are supposed to be men. Not bashing nobody. However you do what you do, that's fine. That's cool. But a man is supposed to be a man. Now, a switch situation, like, oh, I was and now I'm now. No, that is not supposed to happen in my book.
So for you, if a woman used to date another woman and she was sexually fluid with that other woman, and now she's into you and saying she's only dating men and solely into you at this moment, you're not dating her because she was with a woman before?
Hell of a question. No, I'm not gonna do that.
So you're not the guy who likes.
I'm not gonna do that. If my heart is with that one individual, my heart is with that one individual. Yeah. If hers with mine, okay, that's cool. Good.
But I think
give it to me.
But I think the question she's posing is if I
say
start
the word though.
Oh, no, hold on. You had the floor. If I'm dating this cup and she used to date another woman,
the cup,
I don't think I would have a problem with that, because now being a man, I'm thinking,
no, that's not.
You ain't let me finish it. You ain't let me finish.
That is
as a man, I'm not thinking with this head. I'm thinking with the other head, and I'm also thinking like now. If it did pose that she wanted to bring her friend into the bedroom, I'll be open to that.
Right.
Until if the relationship is getting serious, she may say, hey, we can't do that no more.
Listen. So Eddie, here's the situation in real life. Okay, before I go into my little spill. So my question is, if a woman used to sleep with other women
or a man.
No,
she
if
said woman, you can't change it up
with another woman. If she used to be gay, this woman used to be gay. She had a one-on-one relationship with a woman, and now today she's no longer with that woman, hasn't been with that woman, but you and her are dating today, and you find out that she used to date a woman, would you break up with her for that? Or would you continue that relationship?
My heart wouldn't be in it.
Why? Because she dated a woman before?
Yes.
Okay. That's your answer. For me,
here we go.
because y'all know.
No, wait.
That's a baby
Are we
freak,
talking
right?
about women or men?
You know what I'm saying? And this whole baby freak ain't into it. I'm just sorry. Look, you can do what you do. But boo, I need to, and those are the kind of questions I'm asking up front these days. Like,
you have to ask the right
question. Have you ever
question.
been in that kind of relationship before? Have you ever dibbled and dabbled? Have you sampled? Have you tried it? Have you whatever? Okay.
Have you got too drunk? Have you fell on it? Did you trip on it? Whatever.
And then at the beginning of the conversation, it was about a man or a woman.
No,
it was a man or a woman situation. See, take another sip.
Yeah.
And hold on for a second.
Can you present it to him again?
So what was the question?
Listen.
Would you date someone who swung to the other side? So as a man, a heterosexual man, for you,
yes,
would you date another woman who swung to the other side?
With another woman.
With another woman, not another man.
We ain't asking you.
Okay.
Oh, now you got it. See,
yeah.
So what? I ain't the only one that be like that on the show.
For me, I would assume that it's a double standard, and for men, they would be like, "Hell yeah, I'm fucking with her." Because I know I'm thing, and she gonna bring a girl in,
and that's the thing
and
about.
We're gonna be on some freaky shit.
And that's the thing about a lot of women or a lot of people thinking men would love a threesome.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Well, until the lady chooses the lady and not the
she say you the only one. Hold on,
now. I'm not.
Mr. Ed ain't the only one. There's probably other men out there like that. Oh, you asked Eddie. You
I'm saying I'm asking you. Fellas on the show. No, fellas, y'all tuning in so everybody turning down that double dutch.
Real men chime in on
it. Y'all turning the double dutch down. Hey, just let me know.
Hey, but the fantasy is that a man would love to have two women.
Not you though.
Not me.
Oh, okay.
But that's the fantasy. Not me.
But not your fantasy.
Not.
Never been
until
your
the lady chooses the lady and no longer wants the man. That's what he don't want to go through.
Oh.
Who is me?
No,
I figure you, right?
No.
That's what I would think about the men that don't want to date the lady who will switch, because they might feel like one day they might go back to only the women, or if we do have a threesome, that they might enjoy having their own little twine, and then we come from all having a threesome to now he's watching and we're having our own thing. So I mean that's another reason why some people steer away from it.
Question: When did that ideology come to play to where everybody thinks about that concept? About what time frame?
Wait, what concept are we talking about? What I just said?
No,
threesomes
and
oh, that freaky shit been happening.
Yeah, it came in the 60s and the 70s.
No,
and the way they're thinking now.
In Roman, in long time ago.
Well, yeah, I know, but you had the drugs.
Look at all the statues. There's a whole orgasm on all the statues.
Sodom and Gomorrah before that.
Right. The kings and the queens and all of that.
Saying it happened a lot, baby. This ain't
when it was more pleasure centered and nobody was thinking about the shame and guilt of sex.
They've been doing it.
It's just more pleasure centered.
Okay, on to the next.
On to the next.
We're gonna get a little serious real quick. Just asking a little question. Do you think that Trump ignited racism in the USA?
The YouTube ones.
I mean, we ain't saying racism went away. Clearly, it didn't go away. But do you think he ignited the KKKs and the racists and the bigots to say, yeah? They do. You think that was ignited when Trump was in office?
I think that a lot of people follow retarded stuff on social media, and it's really easy to follow retarded things that politicians say, especially the biggest clown of them all, which is Donald Trump. So, hey, he would probably say that he didn't ignite things, but I mean, climbing the walls and doing all the crazy stuff that was going on around the world. I mean, monkey see, monkey do.
And to stand down and stand by.
Yeah. Okay. So I think it was a heightened situation for sure when he was in office. But was he totally to blame? I mean, at the end of the day, everybody has their own choice, and
True.
they need somebody to follow when they have nothing else to do.
Mr. Guidry?
Hey man, I had to clear my throat on that one, man, because it was a whole lot of things going on in my. Anyway, no, he was not the person that ignited all of that. It's been there.
Mm-hmm.
He just gave them a platform to say, okay, well, I'm the president of the United States, so if I can say it, y'all can say it too. All right, here you go.
I agree.
Here you go.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
He just gave them a voice.
Yeah.
Y'all been wanting to say this anyway.
Yeah.
So he just gave them a voice.
What you think?
I have to agree with all of y'all. I have to agree with Miss Pleasure Boss too. I don't think he ignited it because it was already there, just like y'all said. But I think like he did give him a platform, and he used legal terms like you do have the freedom of speech to be able to voice your opinion, which they was going to do aggressively. They was going to do it racially, and then that would ignited a lot of the black-on white crime, the white-on-black crime, when he was telling the officers that you have the power, you are the law. So they was feeling like they could just shoot any African-American when they want in broad daylight or whatever the case may be. Giuliani in New York, you see they fit to disbar him, take his license away from him when he brought back profiling people that was on the streets and stuff like that. Because so now you got a guy in office that's telling you that if you are a figure of authority, you have the right to push the law because you are the authority. So I don't think he ignited, because as we all said, racism already been there. But I think he pushed it a little bit more where they thought they can do whatever they want to do. And now we're seeing it again in the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back a little bit further, way back further than that. After the blacks were freed, they established a police force. Now let's remember, they established a police force to recognize, okay, well, man, these blacks are freed, so we're gonna get them for loitering, or we're gonna get them for stealing, we're gonna get them from this. And
create the modern
and they set up a prison system for our black people back then. Now, I believe that these new wave polices are just the KKK.
I can believe that. They say the guys in blue, the blue shield, the honor of the blue shield, they ain't a black shield. So, you have anything else, Miss Meena? Well, moving right along.
Moving right along.
All right.
So, in light of the new Roe versus Wade law that has been overturned, right? Should Viagra be illegal, just like abortions are? I mean, if God say you can't have, I mean, if God gave you the baby, it's a gift. Then if you go limp, then hey, it's bad. So,
man, hey, Mia, we done walked into a good one this time.
Oh God,
that man.
Miss Pleasure Boss?
Anybody? Takers? Any takers?
So look here.
She's sex expert.
Look here.
He is the sex sexologist, the sex guru. If it don't work, it don't work, sister. I mean, hey.
So we gonna let you lead.
Look, okay. So first of all, I definitely think that the government should not be having the rights to tell women what they have to do with their bodies. Let's just start there. Whether a woman choose to personally have an abortion or not, I think that we all should be able to still support, the pro-choice of you having the choice, whether you want to do it or not,
Correct.
But, when it comes to the question, I mean, at the end of the day, if we all are working with what the Lord has gave us, I think that a lot of things that the FDA regulates should not be on the market anyways. And we're just not even talking about Viagra. So we're talking about multiple things that the government can put a handle on. They definitely could put more of a handle on drugs than worrying about what women do with their bodies. So, hey, power to the limp dicks and power to more people being able to choose to have abortions. Because at the end of the day, you don't have to take Viagra anyways to make your penis rise. You can do very holistic, natural things like, eat more fruits and vegetables, beets and watermelon and a slew full of things. But hey, if you like that quick jumping on up real quick, then I guess you'll be taking Viagra, and probably years later you'll regret it when you'll still be taking it and it won't even rise, or you'll die inside of it.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion.
All right, so it just got real. Now, Roe versus Wade. I disagree on the topic.
Okay.
And the reason why I disagree is because a woman has the right to protect her body.
Mm-hmm.
Then, at the same time, if we all Christian folks, which America is supposed to be Christianified, then God said, "Be fruitful and multiply."
Mm. So
now you have. Now, was it rape or was it incest? Now, if it's rape, exactly, rape, incest, or consensual, then you wanna terminate a life when God said, "Be fruitful and multiply."
Well, when we're talking about being fruitful and multiplying,
stepdad, right?
Okay,
that's the rape or incest part, right?
Yes.
So she's raped by her stepdad because her mom leaves her home with him all the time, and she ends up pregnant at 11 years old.
Yes.
Her 11-year-old body is not ready to bear a child, right?
I agree with that.
Her life can be at
I
stake
agree with that. I agree with that.
Trying to bear this child. So then, are we forcing this 11-year-old child to have this baby? That she's already been violated in one way by her stepfather, but now she's having to bear a child for her rapist.
All right, Meena, I agree with that. No, now if terminate the pregnancy if it's at the life of the woman.
But the government says don't terminate at all,
man.
Hold on, let me intervene because this can go a lot of different ways.
Right.
Yes, it can.
But I'm gonna get back to the question at hand. Should Viagra be legal like abortions? My thing, no, y'all, you going biblical and then incest and
I thought
should Viagra be legal like abortions? I'm gonna say no, because every Viagra, it ain't necessarily for them to have sex. It can be an older man that's taking Viagra for him to get his penis up so he can jack off. Because he probably don't get no coochie from.
He can't jack
okay.
Hold on.
That is so crazy.
Like I said, I'm just saying.
I've never heard that concept.
I'm hypothetically speaking because they're gonna go left and they're gonna go right.
That was a stretch.
Should Viagra be legal like abortion? Now, in my opinion, I don't think abortion should be illegal, in my opinion, because a woman does have the right to do what she wants to do with her body. They not illegalizing woman being able to go get a what y'all call it, a belly tuck or whatever, get tummy tuck, they butt done and all of this here stuff. But like you said, it says be fruitful. Yeah, but a lot of people, just because they being fruitful, a lot of them not ready to have a baby. You can take a woman that have too many babies, you're gonna keep allowing her to have babies when she can't take care of them. They're gonna end up probably being adopted or going into an orphan, or she's gonna end up hurting them.
So you're saying Viagra should be legal. It shouldn't be illegal.
But what do Viagra have to do with anything?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think
Roe versus Wade, they're saying
the Viagra and Roe versus Wade is not in the same concept.
But they're saying whatever God's will is God's will, and you should not abort babies.
They're not taking the morning after pill away.
They are taking a Plan B away.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they were still on the shelf.
This conversation,
as of right now, but they have placed.
Meena,
they are starting to push sanctions.
This conversation right here shouldn't be in the same realm.
Okay, it's a conversation though.
Yeah, that's true, but it shouldn't be in the same realm.
And that's why we talk about.
I totally disagree.
Okay, so in the same breath, The next question is, since men can have 1,000 million babies in a year, right? Because when they ejaculate, they shoot out 1 million and something sperms, right? Should men take birth control instead of women? Because women can only be pregnant one time a year. Okay. No. But men, they can go make 1 billion babies in 1 year. So who should really be taking the birth control, the men or the women? Let's talk about it.
Can I go first on this one? Can I go first on this
Sure.
One? Go ahead.
To answer Miss Meena's question, I think both should take them because it's another form of contraceptive if they had them for men. My thing is because a lot of times, again, we don't ask the right questions. A guy would assume if I'm having sex with you that you on birth control. A lot of times the women don't ask the guy, hey, do you have a condom? Have you been snipped? Can you still make babies? Because you're in the intimate of the moment. So they both should be able to take them. And you should have that discussion before you even get into that. Because a lot of times we get in the heat of the moment and, ooh, girl, he big, or the guy, ooh, girl, she wet. I'm ready to get in there and this and that, this and that. And that question is never asked. That's my opinion.
Okay. So who should take it?
I say both.
Oh.
Then my opinion
but if do they have them for men?
I mean, we working on
it.
Okay. Well, it's in the working.
So my opinion is that's not in the same realm of having children and women having children. Because if we are Christianified, if we believe in the Bible,
back to the Christian fight.
Yeah, we believe in the Bible.
Hey, I have an uncle that has a Christian show. You can get on that.
That's fine. That's fine too. But
everybody.
God
some people
says,
is
be
Baptist,
fruitful and multiply.
Some people is what's the religion?
So he said because we're being fruitful and multiplying, we shouldn't have birth control.
Christianity aside,
but
okay.
Pleasure boss. Because should men take birth control?
Look here. First of all. Outside of birth control, because I don't want to keep changing the subject, but more importantly, before you even get into contraceptive, because a lot of women are not able to kind of keep up with what their bodies are usually regulated to be because they're taking birth control. You know, it throws your emotions off, it throws your hormones off, it throws everything off, and we are doing all these things to prevent babies. However, you men aren't doing much to help us, okay? But before we even get to birth control, we definitely should be practicing using more condoms. You know, females should have condoms, men should have more condoms. That is your first level of birth control. So if we're talking about should men take more birth control, hell yeah, y'all should have more condoms available, right? You shouldn't always think that the lady is on birth control. You should always have a condom. You know,
but you should have that conversation
more. Have a conversation about what? If you know you're going into a sex mode, even if you possibly think that when you're going on this date that there might be an end cap, you should have a condom. Your first level of protection and contraceptive is having a condom. It's your penis. You should care about your penis too. Like, why should we only care about our vaginas? Care about your penis and wrap it up. And ladies, yes, care more about your vaginas and have female condoms or condoms that go on the men. So yeah, but men definitely, I agree. Y'all be squirting all around the world. Somebody could, just like I think y'all could have babies. Y'all could definitely have babies and use birth control.
You ain't got to raise your hand. You're gonna get a chance to speak.
So hold on 1 second. So because we're gonna double back to you, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and say yes.
Yes,
men should take birth control. You know why? Because you guys stand a chance of having more children than a woman, okay? And so if you look at it, Papa was a Rolling Stone. Typically, men have kids all over the place, especially the truck driving one. I ain't mad at you, truck driving. But listen, y'all have the possibility of having more kids than a woman does, okay? So when you think about it logically, it makes more sense for the man to take a daily pill that suppresses his sperm count.
I disagree with you on that.
I know you would because you
emotional levels.
I said that men should take
balances pheromones.
It doesn't make more sense just that the man have to take it.
Can I use one word?
Hold on. No, we're gonna let Eddie speak because Mr. Roe Davis said, Zeke, don't let Eddie speak. I guess you coming off all types of ways. Go ahead.
Monogamy.
What that got to do with anything?
He be going. Audience, excuse my guy, Eddie. he's not ready for this, but we're gonna keep going. But go ahead, Miss Pleasure Ball. What you had?
So I had one. Go ahead.
Wait.
I
don't know. He threw me off.
Go ahead.
One of our guests, and he's a male, said yes. Men should have more alternatives for birth control other than condoms. If there was a male birth control pill, they should take it. I absolutely agree, man.
I agree. Family, that's family right there, Mr. KB.
It would be a lot easier.
Don't carry.
But my thing is, but I agree with what Carrie said. I think men should have to take them too. But the thing is, you still have to have the conversation. Yeah. Are you on anything? Because if I'm going into the room and you don't see me put on a condom, shouldn't you ask? Like, can you still make babies?
But then we be like, your pullout game so weak, y'all like.
But now you want to say my pullout game weak because I got you pregnant.
When did condoms only become the conversation of can you still have babies? Condoms are supposed to protect you against STDs.
From venereal diseases.
From diseases. Like if you're only thinking about making babies, okay, then
well, we know you're supposed to wear them for venereal diseases, but we're talking about a preventative, like should men take birth control? But if you choose not to take birth control, they have female condoms just as well as men condoms. Why you don't have a condom? Not you, but why you don't have a vagina condom in the room in case if I don't have any?
Just know that if men were to ever take birth control, which I agree, y'all should be doing something, okay? Y'all probably will forget, just like women be forgetting, and y'all probably be drinking alcohol and not taking your pills correctly, and then we'll still be having this same problem, okay?
Oh, y'all ain't drink. Hold on. Miss Pleasure Boss, I ain't gonna let you just put off on the men that we may be drinking alcohol. Y'all probably be drinking too. Y'all drunk too.
We just trying to tell you that we make mistakes like we drink alcohol and we forget to
Miss Pleasure Boss ain't put it like that. She talking about y'all may be drinking and be drunk. I told you I got some help in the building. I ain't gonna let y'all do that tonight.
Okay. We'll scroll down. We're gonna move on because you're
and somebody told me not to talk.
Man, that's the audience, dude. That ain't us.
We're gonna get you on the next one. I got you right now.
I'm talking about monogamy.
Here you go. If sex sells, why men don't like to pay for it? Let's talk about it.
The Pleasure Boss, she's smiling on that. Should we go first again, or should we let y'all go first?
Go ahead.
Sex does sales. Who say the man have to pay for it? We should be charging y'all.
For what?
For this good old thing that we got.
Oh, no,
Drake got a whole song about it.
Oh.
So sex does sales, but then a lot of times, a lot of women don't deserve to be paid.
Oh. Talk about it then.
All right then.
Which ones don't deserve to be paid?
I don't know. I'm mad.
Man, shit.
See, I always try to get me in trouble. That shit ain't gonna work.
I can't get it straight out.
That shit ain't gonna work.
I just want a straight answer. Which ones don't deserve to be paid? Because it got some that deserve to be paid. So we just trying to figure out which ones need to be paid.
Which men that don't deserve to be paid? The men should be paid too.
No, none of them. No, we're not doing that.
But you know what? I have on one of our views. He had sent me a reply to that because I sometimes I gotta bounce this off some of my friends because Miss Meena be taking me there, and he said,
Miss Meena takes you there.
Yeah, if a lot of times when you intimate with somebody, you paying for it anyway, but it goes both ways.
Because y'all pay for dates.
Makes sense to me.
Y'all pay for drinks. Y'all pay for outings. So actually, if you think about it,
hold on.
You
see how Miss Meena said that y'all talking about the men, but it's some women, not little girls, women that'll pay for a man drinks too.
Yeah, we do that.
Oh, now you with the we now.
No, we do that.
Oh, now you with the we.
No, she speak French.
And we'll pay for dinner. Have you ever had one do that?
Hey, rah.
And we'll pay for your haircut. And we'll take your little crusty feet ass to the pedicure place
now
and
we
get
now we gotta be crusty and all that.
So
as a woman, we do that. But I'm saying that's when you get the man title and you my babe and you get those benefits. When we just fooling around, this is
after you milk the cow.
Go ahead.
You go to the carnival and you pay to play the games to win the prize.
I think we touched the nerve now.
Oh yeah, we said we damn so did. So Miss Meena, and all the ladies that's listening, anybody, how much should a man pay if we paying for something?
So listen, and put this one up here because I need to talk to him about his $40 having ass.
I think
this was $40 because $40. This one always talking about the $40. Because he just said, how much should he pay? No, Ro. And the reason nobody likes you is because it is more than $40. So you take your little crusty $20 bills down on
Was that the same cat that told me don't even talk?
Yeah, take it down there on
So now you agreeing with me now.
Bissonnette. Yeah, you can go to Bissonnette and get some $20 and some $40. They got that all day long down there on Bissonnette. And make sure you got your plenty condoms and you wrap up with some saran wrap
down there.
so you don't catch herpes and all of those things. Okay, that's what's $40, bro. And for the record, it's more than $40, just so you know.
What's the price then?
Usually it's a courting fee. And those courting fees consist of a date. The girl has to go to the nail shop and get a pedi and a mani. And the girl might want to get a few curls to dingle and dangle in your face.
So the man have to pay for that?
Don't look at me like you.
I'm just asking, Miss Meena. My
Since
question.
You married, don't you pay for your wife to go to the mani and
not
the
all
pedi?
the time.
Not all the time, but don't you?
But my thing
is,
it
ain't the but. I'm asking a question.
Why do the man have to pay for that? Who was paying for it before you got with me?
My daddy.
But Otis, Miss Meena,
my daddy was paying for it.
Miss Meena did say women pay for men on the outing.
Right.
I would say just reimburse the fee to the woman if you love that woman.
Hold on, you lost me.
What you say? Say that again.
Reimburse the fee.
Take another. Wait a minute. Sip. No, you gotta get it together. Sip, baby, sip, and then come back with it again. No, I'm serious. And then I need to hear what you said again.
You lost me too, Eddie. I don't know.
Take a sip. No, take a sip, Eddie, and then we're gonna bring it back. Now, what you say, fool? Now say what now?
Now, if you think a man supposed to pay for a woman,
sure,
this amount of money,
cool.
Now, if the woman is gonna reimburse that fee, take me out on something.
Right.
Reimburse me.
Right. You get that.
I got you next time, baby.
Yeah, you get that.
Yeah,
you know
when?
You know when you get that?
When
you get the title.
When you get the boot title.
Whoa,
man.
When you become boo.
Right.
But while you in the carnival playing, going from game to game to game,
pay for the game.
Money in the
I'm talking a little bit.
Look at what I was.
What the hell he talking about?
No, hey, they ripping you up.
What he was saying is, and I get him. He wants reciprocation, right?
Yeah.
He wants it to be reciprocated. Whatever he do, he wants it to be reciprocated. I get that
automatically. He want it automatically though.
Yeah, right after. Like see, with women, you get all that. Now, you get those perks.
A grown ass man will understand that.
But we ain't taking because you out here and you going to the carnival and you going from game to game to game. So put your money in the slot to play, fool.
Now hold on. So you saying we don't get them perks until we give the title?
No, because y'all at the carnival.
So what makes you think I should give you the perks?
Because I'm the game that y'all play.
But who's to say as a man I'm showing you that I'm playing?
I'm in the game.
I could be serious about it.
I'm in the game.
When you're serious. When you're serious, when you're jumping from her to her to her to her. When you're serious.
Hold on.
When you serious, when you jumping from him to him to him.
Thank you.
No, I ain't jumped nowhere. I've been in the same place. The players just approach the game.
Hold on, Miss Meena. Can I talk? Because I got a question. Who's to say as a man that I'm jumping from her to her to her? I'm probably pursuing you.
Really?
What happens is a lot of women ain't used to a real man when he's trying to tell you that he's honest and he's serious, because a lot of women is assuming that he's jumping from her to her to her to her, like you said. Crickets?
And y'all be serious all the way up to the point after y'all get the cooch.
What you mean?
Up into that point.
So
crazy.
No, because now I know what my question gonna be. So has that happened? They got the cooch and then they're not serious no more? Because all men ain't like that. All men don't get the cooch and just go.
Women out here.
They get the cooch and the pursuit is no longer as intense as it was.
I disagree with that.
Because now I got the prize.
I understand.
And so now I done conquered the territory. So now it's
so you hold the prize longer.
And then guess what? And they chasing longer. And then once they get it, then what they do? Because it's sometimes
or you never give it,
and they stay consistent until they get bored.
So, question, just one question: why does women in this Western society have to have a title? I want to be married.
Western
The
society.
majority of the women
Not a lot of women don't want titles anymore. Women
don't want to
care
just be
about titles
girlfriend
anymore.
no more. They want to have a title. When you of age, I can't speak for the younger generation. When you get older, it's time for you want to settle down. You want that person you can wake up to every day. You want that person you can travel with. You want that person you can come home to, discuss about your job, the day, how hard it was, and stuff like that. Like you said before.
And women, and you can have all that and still not have a title. Okay.
But I want to read this by 1 hour viewers. Kinfolk posted again.
And then we want to hear what Ms. Boss said.
A real original gentleman, OG, does not count or account for a specific amount of money. A woman will always show her value in the actions that they present. In the actions that they present.
Who said that?
Those actions will dictate what she receives from an OG. Hey, he said it all in one word. Because if your
ass come on, Carrie.
Or you shaking your ass, or the pictures I'm seeing you on Facebook, you shaking your ass wearing little clothes, my approach to you is gonna be like, "What's up?"
Right.
But y'all paying for
your $40.
No, but what they pay for to get on the page to watch? What's the name of the page?
I know a lot of them.
Fans only.
Backpage.
Fans only.
He said, I know a lot of them.
So they
I know a lot of them.
Yeah, they talk about they gonna pay you this, they ain't gonna pay this and that, but you're paying for the fans only subscription. You're paying for the
y'all running into the wrong guy.
No, this is the masses.
And you know what kills me? A woman will say they standards up here, but here in this, evidently some of the women standards not.
We saying our standards up here, but what y'all chase ain't what we are. I mean, what
you said it. You said it right.
Yeah.
I did.
No, you said it right.
You said it right. What we are. Yeah, we not the Instagram models. We not the back page hoes. We not them. And so that's what y'all pursue and chase.
Well, my thing is too, if that's not what a woman is pursuing to chase, you give me a woman that's by themselves to tell me why. Don't say because I can do it by myself, all the single ladies, or whatever them songs are that Beyonce put out, because she's not by herself. So you give me a single woman and tell me why she's by herself. A lot of times it's gonna be, it was a dude, he wasn't worth the shit and all this here. Well, you picking the wrong dudes. So what that's saying about you? You ain't worth the shit. Why you keep going after this person that ain't worth the shit?
Because
when is that single woman?
Because we out here and we taking your representative that y'all present to us for face value. And so y'all will wear that representative well for months and months on end. Sometimes they wear it for a whole damn year.
And you allow it. You allow it for a whole year.
Because you listen.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
Linda. Sometimes they playing these games and manipulating for a whole year, and we really have no idea because they all locked in.
Miss Meena, I've been knowing you for a lot of times, man, a lot of years.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't damn man played no game on you that you did not understand.
Thank you.
You already know the game.
What?
You from the street. What? I know you.
One of our viewers said, I guess the reason why she's by herself because she know her worth. Well, my thing is, how long are you going to hold on to that worth, and how long are you going to be by yourself?
So we supposed to just let our worth go and just go with everything.
When you 70, because you can't tell me. Hold on, let me ask you this.
What do you want us to do?
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Miss Meena.
We cost too damn much. We too expensive.
Miss Meena.
Oh, we need. What we doing? What we doing?
How many men that you ain't got to give us a number, but out of the men that you dated or courted you, now one of them was the right one? Was it a mistake you made that you should have kept one of them?
Been engaged twice.
See what I'm saying? So it ain't you can't.
Well, let's give an example, okay? Since you want to talk,
you can't say it's the
leave my friend alone. Leave my friend alone.
Let's talk about
it. Let's talk about it. This is what the show about.
Engagement. One of the engagements went on. Don't listen. Don't judge him either, okay? But went on to get married and had 4 kids on his wife.
I ain't got nothing to do with
I was
that.
supposed to marry that. The other engagement.
So you was engaged to this guy?
Thank you.
And he went and got somebody else pregnant?
No. Not on my time.
I don't understand.
I'm trying to figure it out.
We were engaged.
Y'all was engaged.
I walked away.
You walked away.
You
He
left.
went ahead and got married.
Why you mad? Why you mad?
Who mad? You're not even listening to me.
Let's finish.
I'm saying I dodged the bullet because I walked away from that
Simple.
engagement.
I
He
agree.
went on to get married, and he had other kids on his wife.
Now,
But who's to say he would have did that to you
He
though?
wouldn't have.
She said she
No,
dodged the bullet.
she don't mean that
I
because we
don't
don't.
mean that.
Yeah, we got the FBI.
The other
You
engagement.
can't be using that.
Okay.
They'll take us off
The
here.
other engagement. And let on a regular basis.
No.
I was supposed to marry that.
But who's to say that he would have? Let me tell you something.
He
No,
should have married
you're not.
another that was
I'm
right.
on the
No,
first
you're
one.
not.
I'm on the first one. I ain't.
I'm on
The second one. You
after
supposed to
that.
leave that.
Yeah, you supposed to leave that.
Let's just say I'm engaged to Miss Meena, and it didn't work out for whatever reason. I don't know why they
It
engaged.
ain't work out because your ass
But
can't
just-
keep your dick to yourself.
Oh,
That's
now
why it
see,
didn't work
now
out.
it's that.
Okay.
No, I'm saying
He was that goddamn good. You should have kept him.
Wait a minute. What? Wait. What?
Oh, well, that don't make no sense. Okay. That don't make no sense.
What is going on today?
What? What you got to say, baby?
Gucci ain't got nothing to do with this. Okay.
Oh,
What?
okay.
Carrie?
No, we was
What
talking about engagement. My question.
Carrie.
My question was with the first engagement. Let's just
Gucci
say
ain't got nothing to do with
now
this.
Miss Meena threw another wrench in because that wasn't even presented. Let's just say I'm engaged to Miss Meena and it didn't work out, and I moved on, but I got married. Okay, it didn't work out with me and you. I got somebody that seen that I was a good guy or whatever. They decided to marry me and we got married.
What?
You could have kept that person.
I'm saying, baby, if I want them right now, I can have them. What I'm saying to you is,
Oh my
the
goodness.
reason I walked
shit.
away is because I knew what I was dealing with.
And-
I was dealing with a promiscuous man
I
that I did
know
not
her worth.
want. Huh? What you say, Miss?
Look what Miss Meena say.
Know her worth.
Miss
Is what
Meena.
she's saying.
You what, baby? What'd you say, Miss Pleasure Boss?
You know your worth. That's what you were saying. I
That's what
know
I'm
my
saying.
worth.
And I had a man who was a promiscuous man, and I loved him. For real.
Y'all gonna have y'all
But-
damn work up until the day y'all die.
But I knew
Y'all gonna be rich
I
till
was
the day
not
y'all
gonna
die.
deal with him because I would end up in jail somewhere playing these games with this dude. Okay, so I had to choose what you gonna do. What you gonna do? You gonna go to jail or you gonna live your life? So I let him go. Come to find out, dude was a real hoe and did his thing continuously and continued to do his thing. So I took it as I dodged a bullet. Now you may say you could have stayed with him. Well, why would
Say, I ain't know all that was going on.
I said
In the beginning, you said you was engaged. Then y'all engagement broke up, it didn't work, and then he went on and got married and cheated on his wife. And I said, okay, but when y'all was engaged, who's to say if y'all would have got married, he would have did that to you? You
Nigga,
probably
he cheated on me.
You probably
He
would have
just didn't
changed
have no
it.
kids.
See, now we got the cheating coming. Now he cheated.
Why you think I left?
My thing, okay, well,
Why did he cheat?
My
Because
thing
he
is,
don't know.
Everything has a starting point.
when do the good woman come into play
Right.
that can change that man's character to make him a better man?
I'm
No,
tripping.
but
I ain't never heard that one. I ain't never heard that one.
When you use the word vagina.
So women, how many good women have been out there
No, sir. I disagree.
and have been with a man and been good to that man and that man still cheated?
How-
That has never happened,
But you
never in
could-
the history.
Say that never happened. How many women been out there with good men and let that good man go, and then you be like, you know what, I should have kept that one. It goes 50-50. It ain't all the men that's always wrong. You can't tell me we ain't gonna give her age, but we're gonna just say in 20 years of your life
Baby,
that
I'm
you
proud
been
of my 40s of
out of,
years.
okay, well, her 40-ism,
40 well.
her 40 years of life that she been with, I don't know, a numerous men
A plethora.
out of all of a plethora of men, out of
That's a
the
nice
plethora
word.
of
I
men,
like that.
that it wasn't one of them that she should have married.
You know what? And here's, let me say this.
No, I'm saying.
The one that under the other one that I was engaged to, he did change his abusive ways. And he went on to be a
But-
great man. And I wish I would have married him.
But you know what that's going to show me?
What?
You good at picking abusive men. You need to start categorizing a little better.
Or when does one realize, like, this is a good person for me? At what point in time does one realize?
At the point in time when you don't have any more questions, when you don't have to question what it is or what is not, that's the point in time, friend. It's not a time frame. It's an understanding. It's a flow. It's an emotional connection. It's a knowing. It's not like you, yeah. So when you show improve and you find someone that's meant for you and they do the same and y'all just kind of correlate together, that's the time. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody wants their worth. Everybody's worthy. It's not like a man is out there choosing a less worthy female. It's not like he's choosing a woman that can't play this role, this idealistic role that he has in his mind. He's choosing accordingly because he's worth, right? Waiting or finding or seeking this type of lady. So to be like women's gonna hold on to their worth forever, I mean, it's not like men out here just jump in the room real quick either. They're waiting also. They're out there engaging. They're out there dating. They're out there searching, whatever you want to say, prowling or whatever, to look for that same thing, that woman that they want to wife, if that's their goal.
Now, Miss Pleasure Boss, let me ask you a question.
Now.
Let me ask you a question because I'm going to put you on the spot. You say a woman won't what they do. You know it's about to come. Yeah, you said a woman is waiting on a woman won't what they worth is, right? You know your worth.
No, I said every
you know what your worth.
I said
you know what your worth is. You know what your worth is, correct?
Yes. And but I did say every person knows their worth.
Okay, well, we ain't talking about every person. Zeke is talking to the Pleasure Boss. Okay. What is your worth? For all these nice men out here that's looking for a beautiful woman like yourself, what is your worth? If I was pursuing you, tell me what your worth is.
What
so I know. Yeah, what do you deserve?
First of all, I never give like a checklist of things that I would put down to say that this is my worth because, you know, I feel like I'm growing. I've been married for 14 years and now I'm newly single, you know, for these last 2 years. So I'm deciding what I want. However, the things that I know for sure that I do want, I'm not just going to throw out there because, you know, men are really good and women, you know, are really good at giving you exactly what you ask for. And then one day I might decide that I want X, Y, Z. And then they
change from the day to tomorrow. You're confusing the hell out of me then.
No, it's not that.
Not worth, because again, we're talking about choices, okay?
But
when
you know
it comes to worth, I'm not gonna tell.
Look,
worth is
y'all women use that too loosely. Y'all say, I know my worth. I know my worth. Half the time, I'm not saying you, and I'm not saying Miss Meena that diva. Half the time, women don't even know what their damn worth is. They just using that word because other women use it. Oh, girl, I know my worth. Girl, what the hell is your worth?
How about this? I know I'm better than a man who is so promiscuous that he would bring home diseases, babies, and other things. I know I'm better than. Hold on. I know I'm just telling you overall, in general. I think
at the end of the day,
with a bum who ain't gonna get off his ass and go make something happen and work and sweat from his brow as God said we should. Okay, I know I'm better than that. I'm better than a man who feels that because he has his own insecurities, he has to come and beat the hell out of me because he think I done looked at Joe Blow down the street. I'm better than that. So if you need me to continue to go on, I will. But I'm just saying,
it seems like a lot of men you. Know what?
No, those my mother. You
know what my mother once told me? She told me and my uncle. She said, "Y'all the only two people I know. Y'all can go into a club with 100 women, 100 sane women. It could be one insane person in there, and y'all will pick the insane one every time." That's what I'm hearing right here. It's a lot of these men that y'all talking about. Y'all keep picking the same men.
We didn't pick.
Maybe y'all need to go out with somebody that.
Listen. I'm not talking about just my experience.
I never even.
No, I'm saying you. I'm saying in general. I'm just saying women in general.
But I'm saying that I have friends, really good girlfriends, who are out here in this single life. Ms. Pleasure Boss, you could probably attest to this, right? Mm-hmm. We out here in these streets, and yes, in order to find Prince Charming, we have to kiss a lot of frogs because y'all be coming with this Prince Charming representative.
But that ain't your worth, though. Why you settling?
We don't know. We settling until your fake ass. We find out later.
I disagree.
Let me pull my Google out because y'all over here, y'all trying to classify the word worth with a lot of things, and at the end of the day, whenever she's talking about her worth, it basically is based on your boundaries. At the end of the day, if someone is crossing your boundary or someone is trying to bring something to the table that you feel like you're not deserving of, then you are worthy of more. So to ask me what's my worth as if I'm going to give a classification of what type of man I want. It's not what type of man I want is the question that's at hand. Is when someone is saying that they're worthy of XYZ, and worthiness is depending on me setting boundaries, right? Me knowing that if you cross this step, no matter what it is, it don't have to do with monetary things, right? Then in return, you don't align with me because I deserve more. Okay, so that goes both ways for men and women. It has nothing to do with a woman just waiting around until she feel like she's worthy enough for a man. When it really comes down to it, a woman should never tell a man what she's bringing to the table, because when I walk in the room, I'm already a representation of who I am and what I bring. Correct. So you either see it or you don't. And for the men who don't see it, we don't align.
Correct.
I don't have to tell you or show you if I'm worthy of something, okay? Because at the end of the day, I'm not checking if you're worthy or not either, okay? Correct. So we can all coexist without having to always have these conversations. But whenever we talk about relationships, yes, if I already have set in mind these things that I don't agree upon, these things that are morals, truths, and values to me, whatever they are, just like he was talking about monogamy and everything else. Whatever these things are, if you do not align with these things that I'm asking for, then indeed I am worthy of more. Correct. That's what it goes down to.
I would like to read Mr.
There we go. That's my word.
Comment. Go up to Mr. Bell's comment, that one. Because he made a very good point. He said, this issue that cheating is something that we are taught, men and women. Culturally, we celebrate a promiscuous lifestyle in every facet of America's society, and we do not hold each other accountable. No man from childhood is taught to want to be with one woman. Women are. The men that find themselves with one woman normally find themselves there after the man has matured and realized the value of that one woman. So that's what I'm saying. And I'm thank you so much,
Come on, Carrie,
for articulating that, because that's a real thing. Because I was going to ask. Right. I was going to ask.
Are you single, Carrie, or are you married?
Oh, because that's your word.
Someone else is asking, and I'm just asking the questions that somebody on this live wants to know. Okay.
I definitely know.
Okay, share all the tea then.
You know what? I'm out, man. I gotta go to work tomorrow, man.
Okay, well, goodbye.
No. Hey, well, it was nice having Mr. Guidry on the show, but we're gonna continue to the next one. That was a good one. That can be a show within itself.
That was a great topic. Thank you so much for chiming in, everyone.
Thank y'all for having me, man. I promise, man. I'm never gonna come back.
Too much nice to have. Okay.
All right, brother.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, the next one going to the next topic.
The next topic is, with the cost of living increasing so much, how much should minimum wage be increased to?
Well, what's the minimum wage now? $7.25?
Minimum wage is $7.25 these days.
Is it?
I think minimum wage is $7.25 now. With the cost of living going up, then you have to say it depends on where you're staying at too. Yeah, because different states.
I mean,
we're gonna just use Texas for the instance.
We can just use Texas, but I mean, across the board, it's hella expensive.
$12.
Let's think about $12.
Mm-hmm.
$12.
Oh, she calculating over there.
Oh, I don't know. It's like $7.25.
$12 an hour, and say that person works 80 hours a week.
Meena, you're moving too fast for me now.
I googled it. It says $7.25.
$12
times 80 hours
times 80
is $960 every 2 weeks. So that means you're roughly making about $1,800 or $1,900 a month. How much is rent right now for a one-bedroom in Texas? Rallying somewhere around $1,200 to $1,300 for a one-bedroom, and you're making $1,800 before taxes a month. So that's without them taking their tax out of your check, right? And then you still have to account for bills, groceries, gas, if you have a car notes, insurance, healthcare, all of those things. And you're going to make it with that last little $600?
Shit, people ain't making it what they making now. So what you think minimum wage should be? $50 an hour?
I'm just saying.
I wish.
Wage should go up, period. There should not be a minimum wage, I don't think. I believe that, there should be a minimum wage because we don't want to be paid under that. But I think that the increase should continue to happen according to how the cost of living rises, right? Influx. And so I think right now, wage should be at a minimum of $15.
15? I said that, didn't I? What I said?
We had did 12,
okay.
But 15.
I was on 17.
That's a singles person wage. I don't think that anyone with children can live off of a wage under $20.
But you just with $20 with the rent, one bedroom still ain't gonna make it.
Now they're at a 2-bedroom. That's what I'm saying. Anyone that has children, I don't believe that they can live off of a wage of under $20 an hour. And that's still pushing it because you have to think about the fact that you have to pay health insurance for those children. Health insurance is expensive. I pay $700 a month for health insurance for just one kid and me.
Man, that's a good one. I would, $20 an hour, even though you still gonna be barely making it with that.
One of our guests said $15 an hour is minimum wage in California. And look, in California, a 1-bedroom study is what?
It's high.
$1,900 a month. A shotgun, you probably will pay what, $1,800 a month. So if you're making $15 an hour, you still can't leave. Man, every time I visited California, it seems like more and more people are living under the bridges.
Well, shoot, it's right here in Houston.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, in California, it's
the cost of living is high. The cost of living is higher.
Yeah. And so I just feel that the United States is not doing us a justice, man. I mean, the working community, the people who continue to keep the wheel turning in this country are forgotten about, and they want us to just stay on the hamster wheel.
That's why more and more people are turning to owning their own business and being in control of their own lives. And especially after the pandemic hit, it was like you don't really have job security like you thought you had, especially for those people who worked at the same jobs for 20, 30 years, and then all of a sudden might have found themselves, not having a job anymore. So I think that minimum wage should always increase as, we have inflation. I said inflation. Tequila Sunrise.
Okay, it's kicking in.
Yes, but I thought it should be like at least $17 an hour for minimum wage. I think
absolutely
that could kind of cover people out there who have children and everything. But I mean, hey, look, this is why I don't clock a clock at the moment, and I work on spending more time on kind of putting my business in order than worried about clocking a clock, because it's getting lower and lower, and things are getting higher and higher.
Right.
So you really can't. You have to have a side hustle. You have to have a side hustle.
We talked about that. You and I share the same spirit in entrepreneurship. And that's what I appreciate about you. My girl, she gonna hustle. Me, I'm gonna hustle. We keep us a couple of side hustles and businesses, LLCs, and those things, because if you did try to live off of one income, it's really hard. Yeah. And I think the pandemic showed a lot of people that you better have a plan B.
Well, that's good. That goes into this one here. How can we be paid reparation?
Oh, man.
We kind of talked on that earlier, and like I said before, we should get it, but it ain't gonna never happen. Not while I'm alive.
Look, I doubt it. At the end of the day, count your blessings and know that the Lord is going to bless you upon time, even when you might not be having your reparations. That's all I can say about that. At the end of the day, we can't even count on Social Security. Who knows what we can count on in this world?
You know, speaking of Social Security, the wage that we're paying into right now is just going right back out. It's like there's no
that part.
Yeah, there's no savings or anything in Social Security where they have anything that they're holding on to or have like a savings to, other than what we're depositing on a monthly basis or a biweekly basis or whatever, however they take it. There's nothing there. So we're paying for the people that are on Social Security right now directly.
Yeah. Well, this last one I have, and this is probably going to ruffle some feathers, and I know we kind of touched on this already in in-depth conversation.
We did.
And this one is, hold on, here we go.
Girls say all men are the same. No one asked you to try them all. No, I didn't come up with that one.
I know you did not. I know you did not. That sounds like some Zeke stuff.
Yeah. But hey, I had to take us there before we get off, because we hear that a lot, especially with the younger ladies, that all men are the same, and all men are not the same. That's why I said, you cannot tell me, along with myself, with the women I messed with throughout my life, that I've never said, well, that was the one I should have married. I'm happily married now, don't get me wrong. But we all go through it. It had to be somebody that you know where you messed up at.
The one that got away.
The one that got away.
I mean,
but don't men say the same thing about women sometimes? Oh, yeah, women the same.
No,
you can't. Y'all all want our bills paid. Y'all all want our nails done. Y'all all want us to pay for some pussy. I mean, come on.
She tried to
you was just saying that.
Right.
You was kind of just edging on something like that a couple of questions ago.
Right. Like, but
double standards.
One of our guests said girls standards, not women, not a woman.
Well, I say some younger women, but you got some older women that say that too. All men are the same.
Yeah.
And you agree with me 3 times tonight.
They teach that to the young women, and then it becomes a behavior pattern. And then you heard your mama and your grandma saying that all men the same. Well, they ain't got no good guys out there. Yeah. Because they have these unhealed women and hurt women, just like they have those unhealed men and hurt men that's out there repeating those same things about women. So, everything goes both ways. But at the end of the day, ain't nobody trying all these men out here. I mean,
we're not.
It's a lot of bread on the bread island. Some of it looks and tastes the same. That's all I'm saying. Hey.
Majority.
We got to try them all.
Okay.
We ain't got to try them all to kind of get a feel of what we have in the playing field.
Look like a white bread. It square like a Wonder Bread.
Quack like a duck. Look like a duck. Got wobble feet.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so
and then you just skip right past it. You just don't have the time to entertain everybody.
That are very obvious. We know those are the ones that we gonna bypass. But for the ones who are great at putting their best foot forward and coming out the gate with that fake representative until you get to know who they really are.
And wait, let me put the disclaimer out there, because look, I have good men in my life. Okay, let me say that. Okay,
there are some good men out there.
Are good to me.
I've met are typically married.
And we're not talking about sexual relationships. I really do value all of the men that I have in my life. Whether that's fathers and brothers or uncles, especially my male friends, like my male friendships, I really value them a lot. So, I never was a person to think all men are the same, but in the dating world, just like you see similarities in women and what they want, some of those men are not standing out as much. It's not like they walking around wearing their crown all the time and let it, shine a little flashlight in the daylight to let us know good man over here. So you got to kind of wind through all the foolery, just like men do with women.
Speaking in regards to those good men, are majority of those good men that are in your life, are they married and settled?
I have some married friends. I have some divorced friends. I have some single friends. But most of my male relationships. They're more men who have at least been married, whether they're currently married or divorced, than my single male friends,
right, because
we
they
have that,
give you the better advice and be able to guide you and lead you.
and then I give good advice as well. So we both appreciate, what we bring to the table.
Right.
Look at him. Look at him.
Hey, I don't have.
You can come to me for advice too, Fred. You can call me for advice. You ain't gotta be jealous. You can
right.
Be jealous.
All men are the same. I don't believe they are all the same. There's a vast majority that are in the single world, like you said, that have the same traits. But there are some great men out here. A lot of them are at that level of maturity, though. That's why I asked you, are a majority of yours that are good, are they married? Because when they reach a certain level of maturity, that's why I come to you when I want to talk to you about things. Because once a man does evolve into his real manhood, like, they are really great. And I love a great man. I like the leadership and the guidance. And so I appreciate that. But the ones that still trying to figure it out.
But see, the thing is, but with these great men and good men, everybody have flaws. We all have them. But you got to be willing to talk. Sometimes you got to be willing to go through the ups and downs. It ain't gonna just be smooth sailing. You're gonna have arguments. You're gonna have disagreements. But the thing is, when you have them, when can you come to a common ground and be like, you know what? I ain't going nowhere. We're gonna stay together. We're gonna get this right. But a lot of times we don't want to take the time to do that. So we starting all over again.
Okay. So
it all depends on if everybody's is resting in their correct role. And that's what it's all about. When a man is resting in his
role, I like that.
His correct role, right? Which, if you are the leader, you're resting in your correct role where I am following you and you're leading us the right way. It's not talking about somebody who wants to have these, attributes or these personalities within them, but then they're not doing the work and the actions behind them. And then the same thing with a woman. It's so easy for us to rest in our feminine energy, for us to rest in that we have your back, we're following you, we're listening, we're allowing you to lead us. But a lot of people, again, have been hurt and misguided. So a lot of people have their walls up. So it takes time to really get to that level of a relationship.
It's crazy that you say that, because both of y'all are both beautiful and great women. Don't get me wrong. And with us having this show, we're supposed to be able to debate, agree to disagree. But the thing is, what we have the problem with in our African-American community is a lot of women don't want to follow. They don't want the man to lead. Because so egotistical of, I'm a woman. I got my own money. I don't need you. Who talked about money?
That's a misconception.
Yeah, but
that is a huge misconception. And I hate that men think that. When women in our community were forced to become independent, were forced to lead the families because of a lot of different attributes, a lot of different situations that occurred in our journey with our ancestors all the way up until this point, which forced us to hold down the family. We don't want to lead. We don't want to wear the pants. We don't want to be the man. We want to submit. We want to cross our legs and grab our drink and be cute and just be a
and hold our pinkies up.
How many times do we have to say that? And if we do happen to get in a position where we do make more money than you, because they do try to hold our black men down and our colored men down by all means, okay? So sometimes we do have a better chance at getting that high paying job than you do. If we happen to get into that position, please don't let the money intimidate you, because we still look at you as the king and we still want to put all our money in the pot together. So now we don't know who dollar we spending and we will still follow. So stop saying that independent women that's out here going and get that dollar can't be submissive, cannot allow a man to lead. That's a damn lie. I've been wanting to be submissive and wanting them to lead.
Oh my
God! Boss. Can I get an amen? I'm serious.
Amen. Look, here's the thing, Fred. I don't even want to pump my own gas. I don't even want to drive. Now, look, I do both of them right now. But at the end of the day, look, I have no problem with submitting to the right person who is leading us in the right way. The only time I want to lead is if we are switching roles and I am playing the dominant role and you need to release a little bit, and I get to control for today.
Hey,
other than that, hey,
we
I
gotta
like
wrap
to sit
it up.
pretty and
But
sit cute.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm telling you, I can't wait to the day that you two find that man, because I'm gonna have a lot of damn questions. I don't want no. Don't listen to, does he crazy? Nuh-uh. Y'all can leave the room, go shopping. Because I want to have that conversation.
Really?
Yo, I do.
He just knows it, girl.
See?
He really trying to learn some new tricks.
I'm nosy.
Right,
I want to know. I want to know.
He want to know some new tricks so he can take it.
I think,
now
I got to be
fresh.
Okay. But look, we're gonna give our little closing statements before we get off. Hey, I think it was a great show, and we want to thank everybody that tuned into our show, who posted their comments. We tried to get to all the comments. If we didn't, we did post them on the show. And also, please follow us on our social media outlets, which is Facebook, the Upper Room West, as well as on Stationhead. Download the Stationhead app and follow Zeke the 5-Foot-Freak. We have our own podcast radio shows where we play music. If you send us 5 of your artists, we'll play your favorite artists and create a playlist in your name. And also follow the Upper Room as well. With that being said, I'm going to let Ms. Meena go first with your closing statements. Because we talked about it. And I don't know what she for the close with, because it could be anything.
But we got some more to talk about, okay? This is therapy. So we'll see you guys next time. Hopefully all of you will tune in and tell your friends. We got some questions because we didn't get to all of them, okay? So we'll be doing this again. Thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate all the support, all the love. And that's it. I love you, girl. Thank you for coming in on us today. You know I love having you all the time.
Yes,
Miss Pleasure Boss, I want you to go ahead and give our audience all your social media outlets, your handle. Let them know who you are again, and you can give us your closing thoughts.
Look, I'm like, we got to hang, Chica. We got to hang.
Yes, girl.
Gotta go shake a little chicken wanger too.
Mixer. I'm gonna come up with the mixer.
Yeah. We definitely need to do that. Need to do that. But as always, thank you guys for having me. I love being on the show with you guys. Y'all just make me laugh so much. Definitely follow me on all social media platforms at The Pleasure Boss. That is THE, the word pleasure, and the word BOSS. I'm your sex toy lady. I'm the girl that does all those fun parties. So if you're looking to have a girls' night, you want me to host your next event, hey, I'll be at the Swingers Club and all kind of things.
Because we need to do that. How about the next
so we definitely got to do that.
Be a pleasure boss mixer, and it's not just for the ladies. Men, come get your eyes full. Ladies, let's put this lingerie on and give them something to look at.
Look, I'll definitely be bringing my dick sucking boots then, darling.
Yes.
Boy, y'all are so good, boy. Hey, I can't wait till I meet that guy, whoever he is. Cause I got a lot of questions. Dang.
So follow me on all social media platforms at The Pleasure Boss. Check me out on Wednesday. I'll give you a hump day tips here on Facebook and on Instagram. And book me for your parties. Click my damn links and buy you some toys.
Okay.
And then Erica said, I love me some Pleasure Boss.
Yes, we love Pleasure Boss.
Self-love is the best love. So go out there and love on yourself a little bit more.
Yes, it is.
Hey, with that being said, I think it was a great show. Again, thank all our viewers and our listeners that tuned in. With all our shows, we hope you can take something from it, because we learn from you all with the questions that y'all post. And I hope y'all learn some things from us as well, to hope you have a better relationship, a better life, and to know what's going on in our society as well as in our communities. With that being said, I want to give some big shouts out to Busy Bee Cabs, The Upper Room, Diversity Realty, Element 7 Salon, Fortray Photography, Ink to the T, Cootaroos Crawfish, Natural Scouting Service, New Bethlehem Missionary Baptist Church, Picture Perfect Photography, Silver Coastal Construction, Team Body of Work, The Pleasure Boss, The Six-Figure Single Moms, Tom Monopoly, The Personal Chef, UGBN Productions, Uncontested Hoops, TT's Treats, The Footprint Incorporated, and Charles & Charles Photography.
Also would like to give a big shout out and would like you to support Lavish by Shantae. She has awesome pieces. Check her out on Facebook, Instagram, and buy some of her lovely pieces.
Mm-hmm. And Mr. Carrie Bell said, "Oh my," to Miss Pleasure Boss with these toys. Hey,
make sure you make the mixer.
With that being said, hope y'all enjoyed our show. It was a pleasure to have both our guests, the Pleasure Boss and Mr. Eddie Guidry. Hey, my guy, this was his first podcast show, so don't hold that against him. He was saying he sounded like he on some of our shows. I'd be lost.
What the hell?
So, hey, y'all gonna stay off my guy. But with that being said, we are out. We do have some more shows coming up, but we wanted to give y'all a show on before the last day of June. We'll be back in July. We got some things we about to be doing with we'll get into that, but we got some things that's coming up.
Can't release it just yet.
Can't release it just yet.
Yes, some big things coming.
So with that being said, y'all have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. If you're on our podcast radio show, we're gonna have music closing out the show, so tune in to that. And we're out. Thank you, Miss Pleasure Boss. Love you, baby.
Bye, y'all. Love y'all. Until next time.